Coming up, what local business owners think about raising the minimum wage.
And later, soccer, volleyball, and basketball. Oh my, we've got all the latest on Hawkeye sports. Welcome to DITV Now, your flash update on all the biggest headlines coming out of the Daily Iowa newsroom. I'm Katie Wadman.
And I'm Michael Merrick. After years of minimum wage being $7.25, it may be rising to $15 nationally. Some small businesses are worried that they will struggle to pay their employees while paying other expenses.
We barely, survive in month and by month, and it's really hard for me to pay somebody $15.
Other business owners are in favor of making the necessary changes to support the raise.
You have to make adjustments in order to make sure that it's not hurting you, but it's also helping the other person.
Most businesses support the raise. However, it will be difficult for the small businesses who have been hit the hardest by the pandemic to afford it.
Because I know it's hard to even survive with $11 or $12 an hour. So I'm totally in favor of $15 an hour.
The raise will not happen overnight. If passed, it will continue to progress with the goal of reaching $15 by 2025.
With the new COVID-19 stimulus bill on the verge of passing, Natalie Dunlap checks on which of us will qualify for the payments.
Thanks, Katie. If passed, the COVID-19 relief package currently being considered in Congress would allow taxpayers with 17-year-old kids and adult dependents to get more money in stimulus checks. If you recall, we've already had 2 rounds of stimulus bills pass. In both of those rounds, taxpayers could qualify for more money if they had children under the age of 17. In this bill, however, 17-year-old kids and adult dependents, including elderly relatives, disabled individuals, children younger than 19, and students younger than 24, qualify. Under the current proposal, a single taxpayer would be eligible for up to $1,400, and for couples filing joint returns, they would be eligible for up to $2,800. The households would then be eligible for an additional $1,400 per dependent. Representative Cindy Axney, a Democrat from Iowa, said because students in Iowa are studying remotely in their parents' home, including them as dependents more accurately reflects how many students have been living during the pandemic. The bill passed out of the House of Representatives on party lines on February 27th and has yet to be introduced in the U.S. Senate.
The U.S. experienced record cold temperatures in February. Over 3,000 daily cold temperatures were recorded from February 12th through the 17th. Looking at 75 plus years of data, there were 79 all-time cold records. Let's hope we can put those winter coats away for the year. Despite February's cold snap, it sure felt like spring outside these past couple of days. Will it be the same today, Katie?
Yes, Michael, and Iowa City is continuing to warm up this week. Today, you can expect the sun with a high of 47 degrees and a low of 25 degrees. Enjoy the sun, Hawkeyes.
Like Katie said, spring has sprung, and so has soccer season. After a year of no competition, the Hawkeyes are finally back on the field. But without the backbone of the 12 seniors from last year, they can't seem to find the back of the net.
And team chemistry to want to play. I think we need to be a little bit tougher. The Big Ten is a hard conference. We need to pick each other up, focus on the good things, and just play the way that we know we can all do, the way we play at practice, and just kind of put it all together.
And not having that true at-home advantage, today the team faces even more difficulties to grasp that balance on the field.
And the spring seasons that we have had, it was kind of a thing, like we don't get beat at home, like we just don't take losses at home. And so not having truly home games is definitely something that's a little difficult for us.
The Hawkeyes are currently 0-3 and will look to improve that record against the Michigan Wolverines at the TBK Sports Complex in Bettendorf, Iowa at noon.
In 2019, Iowa volleyball was ranked last in the Big Ten in blocking. Now they are on the rise. Middle blocker Hannah Clayton leads the team with 49 blocks.
With half of our season kind of being done, we've learned a lot so far through the first few games that we've played. I'd say motivating is just the consistency that we've had recently. I mean, we've kind of got worked into a pretty consistent lineup over the past couple of weekends, so we're able to kind of form connections with the people around us on the court, and that's been keeping us going.
Despite playing matches without fans, Clayton believes their team does a good job motivating each other on the court.
when we're playing, I don't notice a huge difference without the crowd. It'd be nice, it would be helpful, obviously, to have that extra support, but I think we do a good job of cultivating that within our program.
The team has showed significant improvement with their blockers, but are wanting to improve their offense and defense.
Just cleaning those areas up so we have a little more of a balanced offensive and defensive match against teams.
Iowa volleyball's game this weekend against Wisconsin is postponed, but the Hawks are hoping to play against Maryland on March 12th.
The Hawkeyes are backing Carver after a tough 2-game road stretch. Iowa comes into tonight ranked number 5 in the AP poll. This is the highest the Hawks have been rated in March since 1956. Iowa's defense is consistently holding their opponents to under 70 points per game. They will look to continue this streak tonight at 8 p.m. when they play the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Check back tomorrow with highlights and more.
COVID-19 vaccine rates are increasing while testing is decreasing. Health officials are concerned with the decline in COVID-19 testing. CDC has confirmed that testing has gone down about 20% in the past week. Even though vaccines are being distributed, experts say it is still critical to get tested when one is exposed.
Ebola is back. The 2016 epidemic caused more than 11,000 people in West Africa to die. As of February 25th, Guinea and the Democratic Republic of the Congo respectively reported 9 and 8 Ebola cases. While the risk of Ebola to the nation is extremely low, the U.S. will soon be monitoring travelers coming into the country from these two nations.
Wednesday was the deadliest day for pro-democracy protests in Myanmar since the military coup that took place on February 1st. At least 38 were killed. Protests have been going on for weeks, calling for release of democratically elected officials after they were imprisoned during the coup. So far, the military government remains in control of the country. Civilian protesters have faced live fire, tear gas, flashbangs, and stun grenades. The total death toll is now 50. Many are calling for a UN response and assistance in helping to end this military coup and free Myanmar.
The FBI says there was no evidence in Antifa's involvement in the January Capitol riots. Despite this, misinformation is still spreading, even among top officials. Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley is one of those officials. His opening statement at the Senate hearings on the riots were focused on possible Antifa involvement and federal property vandalism over the summer. Because of this, FBI Director Christopher Wray repeated his findings.
We have not to date seen any evidence of anarchist violent extremists or people subscribing to Antifa in connection with the 6th. That doesn't mean we're not looking.
Director Wray also stressed the importance of fighting white supremacy as its biggest domestic terrorism concern. Thanks for tuning in to DITV Now.
We'll be back tomorrow for the latest on the University of Iowa, Iowa City, and Hawkeye Nation. From Iowa City, I'm Katie Wadman.
And I'm Michael Merrick. Have a great day.